And so Shereen, what's happening today with the pandemic with CEE, and where do you see the future for the organization?
There's a lot happening with the pandemic. Well, to begin, we were already dealing with the first pandemic around anti-Black racism, which this organization have always had that as the forefront of something that we want to advocate around and be intentional with. Currently, I think what's been really helpful for CEE is the fact that we've been able to pivot really quickly. We do have a team that is quite entrepreneurial, which is a huge asset, has always been a huge asset to the organization. Currently, we're doing a lot of support around making sure that all 266 of our alumni are taken care of during the pandemic, during COVID, making sure that they have access to healthy food, making sure that they have essential supplies, making sure that they have opportunities to continue to learn and continue to grow, so that, when we come out of this pandemic, they can step more easily into their careers or regain or restart their careers. So that's happening on the one end. We're also supporting now, Kofi, supporting Black-led, Black-serving organizations in terms of sector development and sector growth, and sharing some of our best practices that we've kind of learned through trial and error at CEE. And that's been something that has been hugely important for me and something that I really enjoy. And I'm proud to see that it's now happening this is 7 years of running the organization. I just think that we're moving at lightning speed in that department, where I thought, we would probably enter that space maybe in another year and a half in a really fundamental way. And we're doing that now, supporting, I think it's over 70 organizations that have engaged with us. We're also at the forefront of bringing those organizations together to be able to go to different organizations and government bodies to say, this is what Black-led and Black-serving organizations are dealing with currently in the pandemic, and here's the supports that we actually need in facilitating that and seeing an economic and financial response to that. That's important to me. And still operating programming in the 5 labor market gaps that we've identified as important for Black youth to have access to. So all of that is still kind of interplaying and happening all at the same time. And we're growing as an organization in terms of the number of staff. Kof, I don't know if you remember when we entered this office, right? And we thought we went from 3 staff to 5 staff. Now we're up to 14 staff and still growing, right? And so that's really exciting to see. I think the future for us is to maintain that focus on exposing Black youth to careers in the labor market shortages, so that they actually have an opportunity after they finish doing the training programs.
One thing that has stood out to me the most during my time at CEE is I noticed that individuals who didn't have a voice now feel that they could speak for themselves and advocate for their needs, and know that there's places to go for if they need assistance to build their career or start a business, or to have like-minded people to speak with. So that's one thing that really stood out to me while being at CEE.
This is advocacy on one of the highest levels for the Black community, and we don't see that every day, where we are providing skill training for a lot of youth who are not able to access higher education, post-secondary education. The impact that CEE has on the lives of the youth that we serve is impeccable, and we see it every single day based on results that happen, being able to be in positions where you don't normally see people like us. And I think that is one of the most important things, pushing for equality on a higher level, where we see people that look like me and you in positions where you normally don't see them.
What really led me here to CEE was I really saw how difficult it was to get people into the media and film industry, and how that industry had identified they had a problem, but were really trigger shy in calling out what it was. They wanted to say we have diversity, but no one wanted to say what it would take or call people out on it. And so what I thought to myself was the next job that I take and the next role that I enter into, I need to be unapologetic about the work that I'm doing. I need to be explicitly clear that I want to help my community, the Black community, and I want to be able to do that in a meaningful way with a board that I know is going to support the vision that I have for my community and the vision that we all have for our communities, for us to create an economy where young people will become financially prosperous, live high quality lives, and give to the advancement of Canada. And that's not just paying taxes. That is being able to volunteer your time. There's a lot of talent in our communities, but nobody has the time because we're all busy working. So that's what drew me to CEE, and that's what we do here at CEE. We are intentional about the work that we do. We do it from a lens that is culturally relevant, acknowledging the good, the bad, the ugly that comes into play when young people are trying to advance their careers and find employment. And we also acknowledge that there needs to be life stabilization.
For me, it's CEE is a tremendous community asset for the Black community in Toronto, for Black Canadians, and for the benefit of our whole society. And excited to see, what the next decade will bring for CEE.
Yeah, same here. Same here.